ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another lab notes video. It has been a while since I've done lab notes, mainly because there wasn't much to discuss on. That has however changed. I do apologise, I look scruffy as hell. Anyway, I was accepted into the beta test for Alysion. If you haven't already seen, I have posted a few of my match videos. I wish I'd gotten a lot more, but I kept forgetting to turn off kept forgetting to turn on, not off. I kept forgetting to turn on do not disturb mode, so I kept having notifications pop up when I didn't want them to. So yeah, in my opinion, the game is pretty well polished. Actually, it's pretty much there. Just few UI updates and maybe a few extra features, and the game is good to go, really. Couple of issues I had with it, nothing major, easily fixed. Obviously you had the unique cards to the game. Now, like I said, this isn't anything massive. My gripe with the unique cards is, if you enjoy them on Alysion and you want to play them in paper, you can't yet. Hopefully they do change that, because they do not exist in paper. That being said, the ones that they actually had on the sim, bar maybe a few exceptions, weren't exactly meta relevant today. For the sim they were fine, but meta relevance today probably not as big. But that is one sort of gripe I had with it, and that is the fact that the cards, the Alysion cards themselves, don't exist in paper, so you can't play them. But I try to avoid playing the cards, mainly because, like I said, I don't want to enjoy them and want to then play them in paper. That being said, you probably could play them in paper if you print them out and play them that way, but then you have to find the artwork for them, and I'm sure plenty of people have already posted the picture of the card, so hey ho. So that was one gripe, nothing major. My second gripe, and again nothing major, easily fixable, is during the matches, with how the screen's laid out, the menu, the main menu and a few other features are basically sat right on top of your opponent's trash section. So if you want to view your opponent's trash, you've got to try fiddle your finger. That sounded so weird. Sorry. You've got to try get the right position to click your opponent's trash to see what they have in their trash. A lot of the times I found myself opening the menu because I was trying to see what was in my opponent's trash, and it was like, no, I don't want that. I want to see what's in my opponent's trash. That can easily be solved by maybe moving it over to the other side of the screen, or just slightly moving it off, maybe into center a bit more, so it's off your opponent's trash. But yeah, apart from those two things, I'd say the game is pretty much ready. I would like, obviously, to see every pack in the game, but at the moment, during the beta, it only had the first 3. The breeding system on there, the breeding system is cool. I do like the breeding system. They could probably do a little bit more with it. What that little bit more is, I couldn't tell you personally. Maybe have it so you get a selection, because at the moment it's just, you just get a random egg, you hatch it, you get a random evolution line. At the end of the evolution line, you get to exchange it for a card, and it could be any card that from the evolution line that you hatched, obviously bar the one before in training, which is I believe considered baby. So you could get like the egg, you could get level 3, you could get level 4, level 5, level 6. You could get, that's fine. I don't know what they could do to improve upon that. it feels almost like it was just thrown in there as a second afterthought, but I don't know. So there's that. One thing with the game itself at the moment as well is, and at the moment it's obviously not a massive issue because they only had the first 3 sets in, but during combat, during PvP, you can only have 12 cards on the board at any given time. So any decks that wide board and go more can somehow potentially get more than 12 cards on the board. You can. So you've really got to think about how you build decks on there. That being said, at the moment they do only have best of 1 on there. It would be nice if they eventually put a best of 3, but I doubt we'll see that. Features I would like to see added, obviously custom battles, friends menu, so you can you can do battles against your friends, and potentially a bot training sort of bot feature where instead of just playing against the characters in the campaign or story mode, you actually play against bots, and you can, I don't know, maybe build multiple decks and then choose what deck you want to practice against and see how it goes from there. So for example, if you were wanting to play against a, say, Mirage deck, because I don't know, Mirage was overpowered during its time, you build a Mirage deck, you build a deck you want to play, you play your deck, you put your Mirage deck as the bot deck, and you battle. That would be pretty cool as well. But these are just things that I have come to think with Alysion. Getting cards is, I'd say, it's at how they had it on the beta, I'd say is very free to play friendly. I don't know what they're going to do for currency wise. Hopefully a lot of what they have done doesn't change. So one thing I do really enjoy is, even if you lose a match or surrender a match, you still get given the currency to buy packs, although that be it not a lot, and you still get experience. So even if you do lose or surrender, you still get something beneficial, just not as much as if you were to win. So that is one thing I like. For those who play Master Duel, which I have now actually started making content on, you'll know that if you surrender a match, you don't get anything. If you lose a match, you do get stuff, but yeah, so if you surrender a match in Master Duel, you don't get anything. So everything you did during the match doesn't apply to your dailies or tasks or missions, whatever they call them on there. You don't get any experience, you don't get any gems. You do get, I believe you do get experience and potentially gems if you lose. I can't remember. I mean, I have lost recently, but I can't remember what happens when you lose. But you do get, you don't get anything if you surrender, but you do in Alysion, which I absolutely love. That being said, I'm not going to be surrendering a lot. I will be playing out games, but if I do see that a game is unwinnable, depending on what I'm actually playing, like if they do have a ranked system on there or something, I might surrender, I might not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens when the actual game is released. That being said, there is no official release date yet. However, they do have a Digimon Expo at the end of September, which does have a Digimon Alysion panel or stage event, as far as I'm aware, which could potentially either be the announcement of a open beta so that more people can play, because one thing that sucked with the beta is the fact that I got in and a lot of my friends didn't. So while I still talked to them about it, they couldn't talk back to me about it because they couldn't play it. So that was a shame. It could be an announcement of an open beta. It could be that they have decided, yep, game is ready. We've done a few changes. We've done a few tweaks. Go nuts, everyone. Which will be amazing. Because once Alysion comes out, that will be a big source of my content here on YouTube. Because, well, I can't get to in-person events a lot because my store doesn't run a lot of in-person events at the moment, and sometimes I don't have the money or other things pop up. So yeah, Elysium will be a big source of my content when it comes out. Speaking of content, like I just said earlier, I have started doing other content. I started with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. It is literally at the moment just to get content out there. It may carry on when Alysion comes out. I don't know. We'll see. But at the moment, it is literally just a source of content for me. So it may stick around. It may not. I might do other games as well. Who knows? Maybe it will still be there. I just don't do one like once a week or something. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to give my opinions on Alysion. The beta, like I said, was solid in my opinion, and I hope that the end of September is the announcement of the official release date, because I want it out as soon as possible. I've already been getting withdrawal symptoms with my laptop having a unfortunate hot chocolate accident, and in the I want to say recycling bin. It is unusable. I can't use my laptop. I can't play with DCGO. The laptop I am using, which I'm borrowing from my stepson, is not very good for playing it. It is very slow. Drazel has its issues as well, but that is probably just down again to the laptop. The only way I can play it at the moment is if I call a friend and play them over phone camera, or if I go to locals, which I haven't been able to do a lot recently. So yeah, that is pretty much all I got for you guys today. Hopefully there'll be some more updates soon. Like I said, they are doing an announcement for Alysion at the end of well, they are doing something for Alysion at Digimon Expo in September. Hopefully, like I said, it's an announcement of either a open beta, or they are officially releasing it. I don't know. That being said, it will only have been just over a month if they are announcing the official release, which I don't know. If enough people have said the game is pretty much polished and there's just a few UI tweaks, it could be the official release. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, Digimon Expo, end of September. Stay tuned, because hopefully we get something more like an open beta or the official release. That being said, I have nothing else to say. Stick around on my channel, because there may be more Digimon content. I will be doing more deck profiles. I know I have deck ideas in my head. It's just finding the time and the motivation to get around there. They may literally just be like how I done the Abadamon one, where it's like, this is what I play. No, this is how I built the deck, and yeah, probably no explanation, just how I built the deck. Oh, actually, there is one other thing. I am going to be starting a Digimon card game Premier League with 6 of my friends. I say 6. Yes, it is 6 of my friends. One of them can only do online games. The others can do online or in person. I have said to people, if they're able to record games and send me the footage, that would be really good. But I do potentially, if this goes well, I may do more Premier Leagues. But I might keep it to a minimum amount of people, just because they're not paying to play it. But if I do eventually sort of run more and I am able to record more of it, it may be that people have to start paying if I start sorting out like prizes. Because at the moment, the idea for a prize I have in my head is a sort of slate, a custom-made slate that they can have with their favourite Digimon card on it, and if I'm able to get Premier League winner on it. But there may be footage for that. If not, if it goes well and I do end up deciding to run more, there may be footage on that as well. So Premier League is another thing I've decided to start up, mainly because I wanted to do it. It's not going to be like your average tournament where it's like, 6 players, knockouts and all that. It will literally be they are playing everyone is playing everyone twice, kind of like football. 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss, and then whoever's at the top of the table at the end of the league wins, basically. So yeah, those are things coming or not coming or have planned. Until next time, guys, take care and I'll see you around. Bye.